morning and welcome to Farm Factor on AGam in Kansas. I'm your host, Conrad Kabus. The Kansas State University Department of Animal Science and K-State Research and Extension recently hosted BBQ 101, a one-day workshop that focused on teaching the basics of grilling and smoking and other food science topics. This event took place in Manhattan, Kansas. The workshop was open to consumers of all ages and experience levels and was hosted at other locations throughout the state. Stay tuned as we cover the event.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff Progress, powered by Kansas farmers. This segment is brought to you by Kansas Wheat. Learn more at rediscoverwheat.org.
Good morning and welcome to Farm Factor on AGam in Kansas. I'm your host, Conrad Kabus. Kansas State University is hosting BBQ 101, a one-day workshop for consumer grillers, meat science industry workers, and food science specialists at various locations in the state in both May and June. K-State professors and specialists will cover the basics of grilling, smoking, and food safety, plus a unique perspective on the science of barbecuing. Travis O'Quinn is an avid griller and meat specialist with K-State Research and Extension. He's helping to coordinate the event.
I'm an assistant professor here in the Department of Animal Science and Industry. I have an extension and research appointment, and so I'm the state meats extension specialist. I do a lot of educational programs to help consumers better understand meat products and how to utilize meat products and the safety of meat products. And so my educational background, I have a bachelor's degree and master's degree from Texas Tech University. After my master's, I went to Colorado State to work on a PhD. My background is in fresh meat quality and eating quality, and so I do a lot of research focused then on beef tenderness, juiciness, and flavor, and all the factors that go into making a great tasting steak experience.
The BBQ 101 workshop is teaching consumers and others about the science behind barbecuing.
The event we have going on here today, it's a BBQ 101 workshop. The focus of this program, we're really trying to get consumers out and teach them a little bit more about different meat products that are available, how to safely and properly prepare meat products this summer, and we're using barbecue as a means to do that. We're going beyond just cooking meat. We're trying to teach them about the science that goes into great tasting barbecue. There's a lot of science that goes into how smoke adheres to meat products, what the rubs and spices do to those meat products from a scientific standpoint, and so we're trying to teach consumers about all the options they have available and to allow them to go out this summer and really have some great tasting barbecue for their friends and family every weekend.
Stations of the event focused on selecting meat cuts and meat preparation and selection. The day wrapped up with a competition barbecue expert roundtable.
So today we've designed the morning session. We have several great speakers, all of which are PhDs coming in to talk about food safety and the science of smoke, as well as about the meat science background. And they're going to talk throughout the morning in more of a lecture setting. We're going to have a great big barbecue lunch. And then in the afternoon, we're going to do some smaller breakout hands-on sessions, really get the participants involved with tasting meat products that are cooked with different smokes. We're going to have them actually do some hands-on demonstrations of different meat cuts that are available beyond the common ones that we're aware of, briskets and ribs. We're going to take them and teach them about cuts from the beef chuck and other items that really are available this summer to use. We're going to do a discussion of different types of smokers, talk about barbecue regionality and different spices. And so it really should be a great event, a lot of hands-on activities in the afternoon.
There's many mistakes and safety hazards that consumers make when preparing meat products that include cross-contamination, not washing hands enough, and internal temperature.
The biggest mistake that people make when they are actually cooking meat products has to do with internal temperature. A lot of consumers don't actually use a meat thermometer. It's very important to use a meat thermometer for both a safety and quality standpoint. It's important that we are cooking meat products according to USDA guidelines for food safety, as well as for meat quality. If you're not cooking these meat products up to the correct degree of doneness, the correct temperature, you're definitely going to have a poor eating experience because the collagen in those products is not going to break down like it needs to have a great pulled pork or a great brisket. And so a lot of people fail to actually take the temperature with a food thermometer and understand that the significance that it has on the overall eating experience.
Here's another gardening tip with Annette Jackson from Jackson's Greenhouse.
If you missed the opportunity to apply crabgrass preventer to your lawn last month, there's still time. Apply Furlum's new product, Professional Turf Weed Out Plus Crabgrass Preventer. This product kills new crabgrass. It also prevents new crabgrass and other weeds. kills dandelions and fertilizes your lawn all in one application.
Visit Jackson's. We'll show you how to grow the best lawn in your neighborhood.
Jackson's Greenhouse has what you need today.
Heinen Brothers Ag Service understands the risk and rewards of farming. As fourth-generation farmers themselves, they understand the importance of using the correct products on every acre. Farmers helping farmers. Heinen Brothers Ag offers quality aerial and ground application, fertilizer, ag chemicals, and anhydrous ammonia. Call today at 800-760-4964 or find us online at HeinenBrothersAg.com.
Join Kansas Sweet, King Arthur Flour, and Red Star Yeast for the 2015 National Festival of Bread, Saturday, June 13th at the Hilton Garden in Manhattan. You won't want to miss it.
This segment is brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff. Progress powered by Kansas farmers.
Good morning and welcome to Farm Factor on AGam in Kansas. I'm your host, Conrad Kabus. Kansas State University recently hosted BBQ 101 in Olathe and Manhattan in May. The topic areas covered the basics of grill selection and use, the fundamentals of meat selection and preparation, the discussion of new and innovative cuts for barbecue, and the science of smoking. A Denver native, Brian has spent the last 30 years in restaurant and hospitality industry. Before returning to K-State for a food science degree, Brian taught 11 years at the New England Culinary Institute in Vermont, with an emphasis on meat and food safety.
My background is from the hospitality industry. Trained as a chef, graduated Johnson Wales, hospitality industry for about 35 years. I came to Kansas State to finish a food science degree after teaching in culinary school for about 11 years, and just finished up my master's in food science while I have been working at K-State Olathe.
K-State Olathe offers master's degrees and graduate certificate options that are in demand in the Kansas City metro area, with academic programs focusing on animal health and nutrition, food safety and security, and other areas. The master's program in food science encompasses the full spectrum of food science, including food processing, product development, sensory analysis, food safety, and the security in the food chain.
K-State Olathe is a graduate education and research campus. I run the accelerator kitchens there, so we have space for companies and individuals to come in and utilize our kitchens. We also do research on food safety and quality as far as fruits, vegetables, and meat items, cooked product, that type of thing.
Brian wants consumers to have accessible barbecue products that will benefit them most, but also practice food safety while working with meat products.
My take on the barbecue is to make it as accessible and affordable to people as possible, and to give them the hints about especially the grocery store cuts that they will get to make their barbecue successful. And I want them to be successful from a flavor, texture standpoint, have everybody be happy, but also make sure that they are safe doing it, cutting down on foodborne illness and that type of thing. Meat's my passion. I've been making sausage and curing meats and cutting meat for a long time. And I just like to pass that on to people. I really enjoy the connection with the crowd and that kind of thing. So,
unless consumers wash their hands, utensils, and surfaces the right way, they can spread bacteria to their food and family.
Probably the biggest thing that I see people do or not do when cooking, and especially working with meat, is not washing their hands often enough and not working neat and clean. They're not organized, so they end up with a lot of potential cross-contamination. Cleaning as they go, making sure they sanitize things, and then making sure they're using clean utensils through the various steps. So a lot of people have a tendency to use the same pair of tongs or fork for the raw meat that they put on the grill, for taking it off when it's cooked. Those things are very important. And then keeping things cold and chilling their leftovers. Don't leave stuff laying out all day. Get it back in the fridge as fast as you can.
Here's another gardening tip with Annette Jackson from Jackson's Greenhouse.
Well-designed container flower gardens bring beauty to your home, at your entry, on your patio, or placed in a special spot in your landscape. Let Jackson's help you select the correct plant combinations which will add the color and style you need and that will survive the summer to provide beauty till frost.
Our annual flat sale is going on now. Choose a flat of 4 packs for just $18.99.
Jackson's Greenhouse has what you need today.
Buying a car shouldn't be this hard. And at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego, it isn't. It's actually awesome. Whether you want a new or used car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. Even if you want to custom order a new car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. See Toby's team at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego. We're awesome.
Biodiesel made from sustainable resources is diversifying our fuel supply. This year, biodiesel will displace over 1 billion gallons of fossil fuel nationwide. It's making our economy stronger and our communities healthier. It's working here and across America. Get biodiesel going in your community. Visit americasadvancedbiofuel.com.
Working your cattle just got easier. Introducing the new VetGun delivery system, a new way to apply topical insecticides to your cattle. The VetGun lets you remotely treat cattle with effective parasite control, so you can do it just walking among the herd. It's that simple. The proven topical insecticide AML VetCap is used with the VetGun. It works fast to control hornflies and lice while minimizing stress on your cattle. Fast, easy, effective. VetGun. Check with your animal health supplier for availability.
This segment brought to you by Heinen Brothers Ag, farmers helping farmers by offering quality aerial and ground application, fertilizer, ag chemicals, and anhydrous ammonia. Call today to protect your crop yield.
Good morning and welcome to Farm Factor on AGam in Kansas. I'm your host, Conrad Kabus. Kansas State University is hosting BBQ 101, a one-day workshop for consumer grillers, meat science industry workers, and food science specialists at various locations in both May and June. Garrett McCoy is a master's student in the meat science program at Kansas State University. Many collaborative efforts with scientists, food chemists, food microbiologists, vet medicine specialists, and social and economic scientists take place to help solve industry-related issues.
I am a master's student here at K-State in the meat science program. So really our meat science program, it relates really anything related to meat at all, and that's anything from growth and development to processing. Okay, some of the different courses that we take are we have just some basic meat science classes, as well as a meat technology class, and then as well as a processed meats operations class. You learn different processing techniques. K-State also offers a variety of food safety courses, most specifically a HACCP course, which stands for Hazard Analysis Critical Control Points. It's a food safety program used in the meat industry.
There are many successful alumni in a variety of industry, academic, and government positions from this institute. The institute also has an excellent working relationship with meat and livestock industry personnel and other academia at other institutions.
Really what I enjoy the most is just the unlimited options that you have with really the meat science program, is that you can really go in any direction. Like I touched on a little bit earlier, we have students that are focusing more on the growth and development side, more in the animal science aspect, and then we have a variety of students that focus on meat processing, whether that be with fresh meat or processed cooked meats.
Organic refers to the way in which farmers grow as well as process food items like grains, fruits, and vegetables, and even meat and dairy. When a farmer chooses organic farming practices, he reduces pollution and encourages the conservation of soil and water. The meat science program recognizes the consumer drive for more organic products and hopes to fulfill consumer needs.
Well, one of the big fads right now, there's a big consumer push for organic, all-natural products, and consumers are really looking for clean labeling, and what that is they're looking for products with really just a short ingredient label. They don't want to see anything with a lot of added ingredients, and so that's one of the things that we really have to strive towards in the meat industry. Is not only are we filling consumer needs and wants, but we also we strive to educate consumers on some of the things that we do from a scientific aspect.
Garrett is helping with the workshop today and has been involved in activities like this before.
Well, I got involved with here at Kansas State University. We have a Meat Science Association that we hold an annual barbecue contest. So Dr. O'Quinn knew I was involved with that and asked me to help out with this Barbecue 101, the multiple workshops that we're putting on this summer. And so today I'm actually talking about different types of wood smoke. So we're actually going to we have some chicken that we're cooking right now with different types of wood smoke. We're using apple, hickory, pecan, and mesquite. And later on we're going to take the attendees here of the workshop, and they're going to get to go out and we're going to try the different types of chicken that have been cooked with the different types of wood smoke and see any kind of flavor or aroma differences that we have.
From the Land of Kansas is a trademark program that helps Kansas businesses grow, produce, process, or manufacture Kansas products. Let's meet Grillside Barbecue in Overland Park. Grillside Barbecue started as a homemade sauce for family gatherings, but when the demand became overwhelming, it was time to go public. After years of researching and testing many different flavors of Kansas City barbecue, Grillside was born. All natural, gluten-free, and with no high fructose corn syrup, this award-winning barbecue sauce is great on meats, vegetables, and pretty much anything that needs some zing. Grillside offers 3 flavors, including Suburban Sweet, a sauce that's tasty, well-balanced, and sweet enough for the kids, Downtown Heat, a sweet smoky sauce with just a bit of heat, and Hometown Hot, a sauce that pairs up 7 different peppers for a real punch. For mouth-watering recipes and to find a retailer near you, visit grillsidebarbecue.com.
I'm Dr. Frank Lyons, a physician here at Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. As one of the only standalone stem cell centers in the U.S., we use your stem cells as therapy for arthritis and some autoimmune diseases.
I'm Dr. Andrew Poe, here at Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. Utilizing the latest technology under strict protocols, we're able to harvest your stem cells from your own fat to treat a variety of medical conditions. The best part about it is, it's a same-day surgical procedure and requires no general anesthesia.
Healthy cows start with the new hired hand automatic livestock sprayer. Rancher invented to provide an efficient alternative to pour-on and injectable parasite management systems. The portable design allows cattle to treat themselves head to hoof. Strategic device placement with pass-through activation technology takes the stress out of parasite treatment for cattle and the rancher. Get the new hired hand for yourself or become a distributor. Visit cowsprayer.com. The new hired hand makes healthy cows easy.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more.
Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture, represents grassroots agriculture. The state's largest and most powerful farm organization stands up for its members through leadership development, agriculture education, legal defense, environmental advocacy, farm safety, and risk management. Members also enjoy money-saving benefits. To join our organization today or to learn more, go to www.kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
When your living depends on agriculture, you can depend on KFRM 550 AM. If you're in the southwest three-fourths of Kansas or the northern half of Oklahoma, catch us at 550 AM on the radio dial. But if that isn't you, listen on your cell phone at TuneIn Radio or on your computer at KFRM.com. We promise to keep you informed, entertained, and company as you go through your day. KFRM 550 AM, the voice of the plains. We would like to join your management team.
I will take action against herbicide-resistant weeds. I will know my weeds, and I will stop them before they go to seed. I will do whatever it takes to give my crops the upper hand, and I will use multiple herbicide sites of action because every action counts. I will take action, this time for all time.
Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or for more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Good morning and welcome to Farm Factor on AGam in Kansas. I'm your host, Conrad Kabus. Kansas State University recently hosted BBQ 101 in Olathe and Manhattan in May. These one-day workshops focused on teaching the basics of grilling and smoking for consumers of all ages and experience levels.
Hi, I'm Dr. Liz Boyle. I'm a meat science specialist and a professor at Kansas State University.
Dr. Boyle works primarily in extension to enhance the quality and safety of meat products and to provide scientific and technical assistance to meat processors and trade associations.
Today we talked about barbecue safety, and some of the important points with barbecue safety included avoiding cross-contamination, washing your hands, cooking meat to a degree of doneness so that the meat product would be safe, and storing foods appropriately to keep them out of the danger zone, which is from 40 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Obviously, washing your hands is a starting point for food safety because we want to make sure we're not introducing pathogens or picking up pathogens from food products and cross-contaminating them for other products. So after we handle a raw product, we always want to wash our hands after picking up trash, after touching unclean surfaces.
Cross-contamination is the transfer of harmful bacteria from one food to another. This may be directly, or through chopping board, utensils, hands, or other items in the kitchen. Cross-contamination occurs when handling raw meat, especially poultry meat, because it contains more liquid than other red meats.
We want to also make sure that we avoid cross-contamination so that we're not sharing a cutting board with meat products and with produce, so that we either have separate cutting boards or we use hot soapy water and a sanitizer in between using a cutting board for one product and using it for another product, because again, we want to avoid cross-contamination. We want to take the temperature, internal temperature of our meat products that we grill so that we can safely consume them without having concerns about pathogenic microorganisms surviving in the product. Most of our products aren't going to have pathogens associated with them, but there's always the potential for a pathogen to be present. So we want to cook our ground beef patties to 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Why do we want to use a meat thermometer? Because there's conditions associated further upstream with production of meat products that can influence the final color of the meat product. There's just so many the age of the animal prior to harvest, all of those factors influence the final color of the meat product. So there's a couple of conditions that some colleagues of mine identified about 20 years ago. One is called persistent pink, so that even if you cooked the meat to 170 degrees, it'll still look pink inside. There's another condition called premature browning, that if you cook the meat to 140 degrees, it looks brown and it looks done. So that's why we need to use a meat thermometer. It's so important to take the temperature, the internal temperature of that product. We also want to make sure we wash our produce. There have been almost nearly half of the foodborne illnesses that occur with people are due to consumption of produce that contains pathogens, which are organisms that cause disease. So we need to handle our produce properly. For example, lettuce needs to be washed under running water in our sink. If we have something like a cantaloupe or a melon, we need to wash that in the sink with running water and use a scrub brush, because with things like cantaloupes, there's a lot of nooks and crannies, and we've had some outbreaks associated with Listeria monocytogenes on those products, which can be extremely lethal to young children, to elderly adults. So it's an organism we definitely want to prevent, and we can do that by washing our produce appropriately, storing it in the refrigerator, keeping hot foods hot, keeping cold foods cold.
Thank you for watching today's episode of our Barbecue and Meat Science. For more of Farm Factor, or if you want to view this program again, visit us on www.agaminkansas.com, or you can like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. So have a good day with good luck.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, Progress, powered by Kansas farmers.